Star baseball player story. Cy Young slows it steady instead of glitz and glamour. After the MLB season of 2011, every American press announced the winners of that year's Cy Young Award. Winner of the National League, Clayton Kershaw of the LA Dodgers. Winner of the American League, Justin Verlander of the Detroit Tigers. The fans of the two athletes applauded as they heard the news. "Congratulations, Verlander. You are the best pitcher. Kershaw is only 23 now. I'm looking forward to him becoming a better pitcher from now on." So what on earth is the Cy Young Award that baseball fans go crazy about? Cy Young was a pitcher who made his debut for MLB in 1890. He was active for 22 years and had 511 wins under his belt. When he passed away in 1955, a meeting was held in the MLB committee office. There was a movement to appoint one of the brilliant pitchers of the year and award that player with a newly made award. How about we title this newly established award the Cy Young Award? Another committee member opposed that opinion. Personally, I think Walter Johnson is a better pitcher than Cy Young. We should name the award that goes to the best pitcher with his name. The committee members quarreled between Cy Young and Walter Johnson for a while, and they decided to vote. As a result, Cy Young was chosen by the majority with a small difference. Even though voting happened due to different opinions, nobody thinks that Cy Young is not good enough for the honor. Then shall we look into his background? Cy Young was the firstborn of a family who owned an orange farm. Some might even say that the baseball-shaped oranges were the sign for his future. Fond of physical activities since he was a kid, he chose to become a baseball player. The first team Young joined was the Cleveland Spiders. He was an ace player, bringing 241 wins to the team for 9 years. His balls were so fast that batters had hard time hitting them. The catchers who had to catch them had it worse. There was nothing that could be done during the games, but complaints poured in during the practice periods. "Ouch, my hands hurt so much. Your balls are like cyclones." Cyclone is a type of storm. In other words, the balls Young pitched were that fast and heavy. He made awkward faces every time he heard it. It made no sense that he had to pitch his ball slower because of that. Then one day, the team's main catcher came up with a trick. That's right, I have an idea. The trick was putting a thick piece of meat into his mitt. The trick worked perfectly. The meat reduced the impact to the palm when he was catching the ball with the mitt. In fact, the distance between the pitcher and the catcher used to be about 1.5 meters closer than now. A fast ball like Young's was one of the reasons they changed it to 18.44 meters, like today's. Young gained more fame as he moved to the St. Louis Cardinals and the Boston Red Sox. The day Cy Young takes the mound is the day we are taking the victory. The trust from his teammates and fans grew deeper every day. Young did not become an ace player just because of his fast balls. He did not show off his strength without reasons. One day, his teammate asked Young, "You can throw fast balls, but you never aim for strikeouts. Why?" In many cases, many pitchers are thrilled when the batter can't even hit their balls because they are too fast. It makes the pitchers feel like they are absolutely overpowering the batters. Knowing that well, Young's teammates could not understand it. And why is that? Young did not pitch a fastball unless it was absolutely necessary. Instead, he pitched in a way that would trick batters to swing and take them out with the help from defenders. As his teammate asked the question, Young subtly smiled and answered, "You're correct. One of the greatest joys of the pitchers is giving the batters 3 strikes. But for me, the greater joy is in taking responsibility for as many innings as possible." Then Young asked, "Tell me, how many times does a pitcher have to throw to take out the batter with 3 strikes?" "At least 3 times, of course," Young promptly commented as the teammate answered. "You're right, that's it. I have to pitch at least 3 times for a strikeout, but if I get the help from the defenders, we can take out the batter with only 1 pitch." Then the teammate understood Young's sayings and doings. As the starting pitcher, Young saved his fastballs in order to pitch in as many innings as possible. A pitcher cannot throw balls for 200 or 300 times in a game. He was looking after the team more than his own thrills. As previously mentioned, when the Cy Young Award was established, there certainly was the reason behind the numerous support. There were a lot more pitchers who were as good as Cy Young, but no one was as constantly devoted to the team as him. That belief can be witnessed by Young's actual records. There was not even a case in which he could not play in a game from an injury in his 22 years of career. Because of that, he records the highest number of innings he pitched in the history of the American MLB, in which he brought 511 wins. That wasn't all. He often pitched the complete game himself. "I always set my goal to complete the game whenever the game I'm pitching starts. I aim to take responsibility for the game of the day as the starting pitcher." Like he said, the ratio of Young pitching the whole game among the games he was in is above 90%. There are more instances that prove Young's persistence. As a pitcher, he made a grand record of 5 more than 30 wins and 15 more than 20 wins. Games he lost are 3, the highest number in MLB history. But that just shows how diligent and dedicated he was. Whether he wins or loses, Young always did his best on the ground. and that made the Cy Young Award the most desired honor of all baseball pitchers.